Raising a Giant by Bob Crisp, Chapter 2, read by Will Zanders. Networking. The secret to success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. Benjamin Disraeli. While this book is not about religion, it is important to point out the context of the subject matter to establish some facts about networking and its origins. One needs only to go back some 2,000 years to the birth of Christianity to begin to see the natural beginnings of networking. Christ met his disciples in small groups or one at a time. He chose 12. They were from all different backgrounds and professions: a fisherman or two, a scholar, a teacher, a tax collector, an accountant. His message to them was a simple one: go and tell them about me. Bring them to me, and I will tell them a story that will change them forever. Apologies to the King James Version. Networking is people-to-people communication. Can you imagine that someone who actually bought the first telephone? Why'd they even buy it? Who were they going to call? A professional such as a doctor or lawyer knows the value of networking and immediately, upon establishing a practice, joins the Rotary, Kiwanis Club, the Lions, or the Chamber of Commerce. Who would think nothing of recommending our hairdresser or barber, or our favorite networker, our favorite restaurant or church to a friend? We talk about movies we like and stores we shop in. We ask others about vacation spots and even call 1-800-DENTIST to find a dentist when we move to a new area. Yet strangely enough, many people reject network marketing as too overt, too pushy, or too crass an expression of this principle. The irony here is that anyone could ever believe any form of networking to be unworthy if it accomplishes an honorable and desirable end. Why is there so much controversy over the network marketing industry? Why do so many feel so strongly about the companies and products? I believe it is because network marketing does to us what organized religion and politics do to us. It changes our belief system. Network marketing is about people. It is about confronting ourselves. It is about fear and how we stack up in this world. In everyday jobs, no one points out that they are doing better than we are. They let us drift in our own space without making us feel too insecure. Network marketing, through recognition systems and pay plans, lets us know that we can do more, and that if we can do more, we can have more, be more, or earn more. The people around us move up to higher levels. If we don't move up, it is obvious to everyone. The typical workaday world doesn't care if we are lazy couch potatoes. The workaday world encourages boredom and shiftlessness. It says, don't step out from the crowd. If you do, you might fail. It does not say you might succeed. Success to many is an affront, an offense of the highest order. Many of us are victims of an ongoing human conspiracy, a conspiracy that reaches to every home, church, school, and business in America. A conspiracy which condones average behavior, eulogizes corruption and crime, uplifts athletes to superstar status, giving them power and influence over society, and lets the real heroes, the doctors, nurses, school teachers, ministers, and others, whose lives make everyone's more vibrant and alive, go unheralded and unrecognized. Network marketing singles people out, people like you and me, for special accolades, and it acknowledges us when we do something great. It pays us beyond our wildest dreams, whether or not we can throw a fastball or hit a curveball. Network marketing is the only real arena where we can test ourselves against the negative influences and win again and again and again. Everyone has a network. A recent newspaper article on the subject quoted a well-known 60s radical turned network marketing guru, Jerry Rubin, as saying, the least networked person in America is no more than 7 phone calls from the White House. Your network may not be as developed as someone else's, but nevertheless, you have a substantial network. To really understand the root cause of success or failure in network marketing, you must analyze your network and the relationship you have with it. For example, if you are a Boy Scout troop leader, pastor, president of the Civic Club, or are in a profession such as real estate, life insurance, show business, or some other area of sales and marketing, you may have a really well-developed network with a large degree of credibility already established. On the other hand, if you have been on the sidelines watching the Little League, or Civic Club, or church develop, you may have a dormant or stagnant network that you are going to have to invest some time in developing. Note, the internet and the use of social networking sites have allowed even the shyest person to network around the world from the safety of home base. To understand what you must do, you have to spend some serious time in personal development. Skills with people take some time to develop. You may never be a dynamic speaker, a stage entertainer, or the life of the party, but you must learn to communicate with your fellow man. If you don't, network marketing is not for you. This is a business which requires salesmanship and statesmanship. It is a business that will stretch you beyond any former limits. The joy of working with people can only be exceeded by the extreme exasperation of working with the same people. A network is made up of the people you know and will meet and the people they know and that they will meet. To be successful, we must establish some facts and principles that we can agree on in our relationships with these people. First, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Opinions are like noses. Everybody has one. In the world of network marketing, there are those who have a prejudicial view. They believe by nature all network marketing companies are a fraud and a scam. It is a very small minority, but usually a very vocal one. Then there are the skeptics and cynics. Those are the ones who believe that if it works, you are at the top. They never to consider that this is a fact of life at their company too. Then there are the open-minded persons, or those who have not decided one way or the other about network marketing. This third group far outnumbers the other two groups combined. The key here is to sift through the first two groups to find the third group. Remember, no matter what business you choose, there will always be the doomsdayers and the naysayers who will tell you it won't work. Success in network marketing is not making value judgments on what others do. It lies not in the concept of what you can do for me, but rather in what I can do for you. Imagine having met someone at an office party or civic function and calling them a few days later and reintroducing yourself and asking this simple question: "How can I help you?" Their response would usually be one of considerable surprise. After all, how many times has a new acquaintance of yours called and asked, "How can they help you?" The key then to initial success in networking is to reverse the usual "what can you do for me" idea and replace it with "what I can do for you" or "what can I do for you?" You will be surprised at the result. Soon they will ask the same question of you. You will have a help team that will propel you to new heights. You will wonder why you never thought of this amazingly simple formula yourself. Doesn't it irritate you just a bit to think that you spent so much time in the dark on this simple idea? Successful networking, simply put, is based on what you can do for someone else rather than what they can do for you. All networking is value exchange. How can I make your job easier, life richer, and more stress-free? How can I make your business more successful? The unwritten law of exchange is, how can you help my life in the same areas that I can help yours? Remember, the master teacher said, "Whatever you would have them do unto you, do unto them likewise." It is a strange but simple truth. Network marketing is based on a principle that is over 2,000 years old and just as applicable today as ever. Each one, reach one, and teach one to reach one. Lesson. The principles of success are timeless. They know no boundaries, limits, or prejudice. What you sow, you reap. Sure, there are floods and droughts and pests that destroy our crops from time to time, but these things average out over time when you are dedicated to the long term. Disaster could easily take your first crop, as well as the third one, but if you sow consistently and cultivate constantly, you will reap a great reward. Most of us give up opportunity for security. We have bought into the idea that working for someone else somehow makes our position in life more secure. The fact is, security is a myth. Helen Keller said it best. Security, for the most part, is a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of men as a whole experience it. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Helen Keller. Dr. David Viscott, a popular television call-in host and psychiatrist and the author of a book called Risking, says, if you have no anxiety, the risk you face is probably not worthy of you. Only the risks you have outgrown don't frighten you. If you create a life that is always comfortable, always without risk, you have only created a fool's paradise. The challenge that network marketing offers is opportunity itself. It confronts us with an open door and challenges us to take a chance on ourselves. Step out. Trade what exists for might be. It is a journey worth making. You too can become a giant. Success is a personal choice. So is failure and mediocrity. Acquiring success-oriented behavior comes through the observation of achievers and the principles that guide them. When we come face to face with our dreams, we can only begin with what we have at that moment. This is a negative experience for those who believe that the jig is up, that the party is over, and has no choice but to accept his or her fate. Folk wisdom teaches that only those who have inherited wealth or a special talent or a gift can go to the top. Barring accident or tragedy, what we want is what we get. At this point, I use the word want in its strongest sense. For the achiever, whose personal interest depends on his or her efforts and not accident or luck, the word want implies a variety of appropriate responses. Not only do I desire to reach my goal, but I will focus my thoughts on it. I will learn from persons who have achieved the goals that I desire. I will work to reach my goal. I will believe in my ability. I will learn from adversity, and I will never quit. None of these attitudes depends on luck, inherited wealth, special talents or gifts, but personal choice. Network marketing is an industry that allows you choices. How much do you want to make? How much do you want to work? What do you want to become? It is your choice. Networking implies connectedness. Connecting with others is the way to learn and grow, like getting better at the piano, tennis, golf, or acting. The better your teacher, the better your education and learning experience. This is vital in an era of intellectual distribution. Network marketing flows from an exciting blend of art and science, of soul and technique. I have made it my life's work to understand the science of network marketing and personal achievement. But it is the art form that I love. You must practice the science with an artistic flair to achieve maximum results. The art form can be learned. By watching the painter, we can feel his moods and see through his eyes the picture that is yet to be painted on the canvas. You too can develop an eye for talent. You too can become sensitive to the harmonies of life. The art form is music. The science is the words. Just as the words in the music must match, so must the art coincide with the science. Networking is as much science as art. Knowing when to turn on the afterburners, knowing when to light the fire, these are art forms. Knowing how to do it is the science. Quote, "The girl that can't dance says the band can't play." End quote. Many will reject the application of the art form as too difficult, hokey, or corny. But as most corporate moguls will tell you, it isn't so much what you know, but who you know that counts. Get to know everyone you meet, as well as time and circumstances will permit. And don't allow an opportunity to pass without handing out a business card and collecting one. From grocery store checkout lines to cocktail parties, go with one thing in mind. Meet as many new people as possible, and don't forget to follow up with a note or a call within a few days. Start building your new network today. Your future depends entirely on it. To change your destiny, change your network. 5 years from today, Your income will be the average of your 5 best friends. 20 years ago, when I first heard this statement, I wrote down the names of my 5 best friends, and beside their names, I wrote down what I thought they earned the year before. I looked at the list and said to myself, I got to get some new friends. It's true. If you run with winners, you'll become a winner. And if you run with average people, you'll be about average. And who in their right mind even considers the other alternative? In conclusion, as you read the following chapters, please remember you are the missing link in this equation. The laws of the universe apply to you as it does to me and all who live here. You alone are the key. Study these principles, practice them and win. Ignore them, compromise them, bend them in any way, and you will suffer the consequences. Network marketing is fun and rewarding. It is also frustrating and inconvenient. But most of all, it is a vehicle that can take you to the tallest mountain and make all your dreams a reality. The end of Chapter 2 of Raising a Giant by Bob Crisp.